Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Byzantian Brews podcast with your host Chaotic Jigsaw and Byzantian Dev, here to regale your ears with happy dulcet tones of homebrew content, critical fumbles, and books. Yeah, books. So, what have we been up to this week? Oh. Do you need to relog? One second. Oh no. Oh no, wait a minute. Have I got my backup funny thing? Ah, there you are. As it fits.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
Yes, I'm back. Yes, sorry. Yesterday's one of my big summer events down Stourbridge.
Ooh.
But mostly the events down Stourbridge, I have to make my way down. It was a good event.
Uh-huh.
It was one of those events where there's loads of kids, a couple of characters, including myself, going about, and they had a dog show at the end.
Aww.
It was very sweet. Not like a proper competition one. It's like just bring your dogs down and we'll get medals and stuff. It's very funny. Yes, most of the dogs didn't like the characters. That's a bit annoying. Lots of Poppy the troll got barked at a lot, but that was fun. I got back home very exhausted about 5:20. So it was an all day. But except about the dead, haven't done much today apart from get some stuff for the freezer. It's all very boring. Aside from that, I've been painting some of the old, Wars and Mythic Chronicles stuff that's been sitting on the sprue for like years. So that's been fun. I think they're the German faction, so they've got the weird World War One helmets and power armor, fun stuff. And I've been looking at some playtest stuff. So what have you been doing last couple of weeks?
So last couple weeks I have been just doing some more review content stuff, funny horse game shenanigans. I've found out this is kind of a mini critical fumble in of itself. So it turns out there are two separate online Pokemon TCG games. And they have different card pools. Because one of them, Pocket, technically uses a format similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duels, in that it's a 20-card deck. It's really stripped down, so even the EXs don't deal a huge amount of damage. So they've kind of gone back to basics with a lot of it, in terms of power level. And I think they reuse art from the actual TCG, but they just change up how much health and damage things do. It is actually a lot of fun. It's just weird how it's not really advertised very well as being two separate games. But I've been having fun with that, because being able to open packs without spending money is very, very nice, honestly.
Yeah, it's fun. Still got the same kick without didn't spend any money.
Yeah! And because the sets are different to the main TCG, I have no idea what's actually in them, which is cool. Other than the face cards, obviously. They've just released a new set with Suicune on the cover, so it's like the legendary Pupperinos. I pulled a Entei, I think. Happy Dog.
Nice.
And
the worst legendary dog in the entire franchise, sadly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. I mean,
if you look at the original moveset anyway, it's horrendous.
I think they improved it as the generations went on, but because I mean, a lot of things got improved as the generations went on. It's like, oh yeah, this thing needs an actual half decent moveset. It's like Gen 1 had like the bug type had like one attacking move and it did like next to no damage. So they eventually gave it stuff like Bug Buzz and stuff in Gen 4. It's like, oh, bug
the
type
entire bug type until like Generation 5.
Yeah, it's like, ignore bug bad. Oh, bug now have good move.
But still, it's like paper.
Yeah, like their solution
Never
in
get over
Gen
that.
2 was to make the bug not a bug, aka evolving Scyther into Sizzle, making it Steel type instead. But I've been playing this new Pokemon TCG game. That's a lot of fun. I have been horsing around as well, and I've been playing a Fallout themed Minecraft mod pack, which was nice. I finally a mod pack that actually has thermal foundation and mechanism in it. I have missed that era of Minecraft where it's like the thermal
I
machines
think
and
I've
stuff.
weirdly played that one. Oh,
Ah,
I played. That's been a while ago.
because it's kind of cool because it's like it doesn't use dirt or stone. It has like wasteland dirt and wasteland stone. So really early
Yes.
on, you are scavenging until you can eventually get to the point where you can start making automation and machines to like make actual dirt and stone, so you can kind of terraform the nearby area. And just I felt like the thermal and mechanism stuff was just way better than Create. Like Create visually looks cool with its like moving parts and stuff, but it is so much more complicated to build the machines for. So I've been doing that.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do a video on that at some point. Anyway, let's move on to our first topic. Uh,
Yes.
Tabletop Book Club.
We've got some. Oh, that's a bit special. This well, it is special,
Uh huh.
but it didn't excite me as much as it should have. There's been some new playtesting for 5th edition. Um,
Ooh.
yes, it's good. It's been a little colourful because they haven't said it outright. But all this stuff is very clearly Dark Sun, at least inspired.
Uh huh.
Um, I don't like it because it gets a few things iffy. Uh, so
Oh.
I'll leave you. Okay. First thing first. This is an Unearthed Arcana, subject to
Yeah.
change. They've got a few classes and putting some new changes to stuff. But the first thing first, got the Scion, which should be cool, but I don't like it. The main reason purely because I think in earlier editions of the game, Scions were their own thing. Like you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't counterspell psionic abilities because it wasn't magic.
Oh,
Like makes sense.
makes
Um,
sense.
in this new version, it's effectively just spells they've renamed,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same spells from the other lists that already exist.
Interesting.
It's not like it's the same system as casting spells. So there's no like Scion points or anything like that. They haven't renamed any of it, which I think is a little bit lazy, and I'm not really a
Yeah.
fan. Like the whole thing with Dark Sun, even though is that psionics are the new magic because it's deemed acceptable to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like spellcaster just if you use arcane magic, you doesn't if you're not like in the know, you just think you must be a defiler, you got to be killed, because that's just how
Yeah.
that setting kind of goes. But making Sonics just magic, but with different names, just seems really lazy. I'd rather them just have whole new Sonics back. A lot of fans have wanted Sonics back. Not even Dark Sun fans, just bring it back in general.
Mm.
And this feels like a half effort. I'm not really a fan of, especially when
Yeah.
there's no new spells that I'm seeing as well. Like
Yeah.
you could get like some 15-year-old who just likes Sonics to do a better job. I'm pretty sure that some of the features are interesting. Like psionic modes, you have like an attack mode and then a defense mode you can pull up as a bonus action, which is interesting, but again, it feels like the actual meat and potatoes of it, which should be the actual abilities themselves, aren't
Yeah.
really present. It's a bit of a shame. Uh, so that's giving me a bit of worry. That's not going to be. It's going to be like Dark Sun in spirit, but it's going to miss all the. Going to miss a lot of the beats that make it really work.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a small thing as a fan of Dark Sun. But one thing I'm not a fan of is the new cleric. Um, it's got a new subclass, which is
Uh-huh.
a little. The weird thing about it is it's an ability that all clerics actually have in normal settings, but it doesn't make sense in Athos in the slightest. Basically, they can still use Charm Divinity at level 1, which is fine in most settings, but Dark Sun explicitly has no active gods.
Mhm.
They're just not present or alive or killed off. Basically, just not there. So
S-
anything divine based shouldn't really work. I think the workaround in the previous books was they had effectively druid style magic, so it's elemental magic.
Yeah, that
Because
kind of makes sense.
yeah, yeah, because god magic shouldn't really work in Athos, uh, which is kind of a weird thing, which is a bit more of a nitpick. But I just it's given me worry that this isn't really going to be Dark Sun. Um, again, as
It's
well, no new spells, nothing
more
that's
like
making me go,
slightly shadowy celestial body.
yes, yeah, pretty much. Um, what else is there? There's also the Captains is new. This one seemed fine. Honestly, it feels like the least egregious one of the lot. The only thing I don't want to hit again. They have Ardlings, which are sort of like pseudo celestial hybrid creatures.
Right.
So yeah, sort of like let's have a look. Yeah, so they have like the heads of sort of like Egyptian gods, and they have like the heads of animals and stuff. But, which is weird because again they're celestial. Uh, Athos has in the original printings in fourth edition has a hard rule of interplanar magic only works one way. You can get in, you can't get out. So they don't really get many interplanar invaders, like at all.
Oh, okay.
So having a whole race of weird half-human celestials is kind of screwing with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, again, that's celestial. They're literally called Celestial Legacy, which is sort of like the whole Tiefling one. At level 3 and level 5, they get unique abilities to them. The resistance to radiance, which is interesting.
There's very
But
few
again,
things that
it's
resist that,
fine.
which is cool.
Yeah, that's unique. I just think it works for non Dark Sun quite well, but
Hmm.
Dark Sun is very strict on the rules of this just doesn't work or this does work. Um, although I will say the best thing about it is the rather balks the law on it, but the new gladiator subclass for fighter is kind of insane.
Right.
Because it's definitely made with 2024 in mind, though, because it uses the special weapon rules,
Ah.
where you can vex, or there's a few like basically there's properties that all your weapons can have if you're a fighter now. It's basically
Oh,
like
okay.
an additional effect you can give to all your weapons because you just know how to use them better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Um, Gladiators doubled up on this because basically you get an additional. Let's have a look. Yep. Basically, you get something called a brutality effect, which is a secondary effect depending on the weapon you're using.
Right.
As you double up on that, so you're really good at fighting. It does actually. That's not a bad translation from the original, because I believe the original versions of Gladiator, basically their damage was based on their weapon really heavily. They just leveled up really weird because of it.
Uh huh.
So they're just really equipment based. Um, but I think that's actually a really cool idea. So the fighter, they haven't messed that. They've actually have improved that. The only thing they fell down is I don't know if this is a 2024 thing, but when they describe something like this is clearly meant to, or very likely going to be Athos inspired, they don't mention the setting in the descriptor. They
That's
say
weird.
describe gladiators in a really broad sense.
Uh huh.
So they say they're much performers as they are warriors, whether brawling in underground fighting rings or fighting for survival in a bloodstained arena. They combine martial skill with theatrics. That's great. There's a general overview. But the Gladiator was very much a Athos first thing, Darkson first thing, and
Yeah.
they just haven't really mentioned it. And I've seen some guy. This could be pure making stuff up, but have seen someone review the content saying they're a little concerned because they in Dark Sun at least the setting has like gladiators are very much a thing, but they're sort of like Rome. Many of them are slaves, literally forced to fight. They
Yeah.
never leave the slave pens. Uh, and I think the worry he was having was what if this is a way of them not wanting to address fictional slavery for some reason, even though that's a key part of the Dark Sun setting that you can't
Hmm.
really cut out. So
Yeah.
having some, it's making me worried they're going to do a half-assed job of Dark Sun, which yeah, I'd rather them, in a way I'd rather them just never touch it because they probably couldn't. They probably can. They'd have someone complain about it if they released it, and they probably don't have the right kind of writers to sort of get that Conan slash heavy metal aspect of Dark Sun down. It
Hmm.
does require, it does look a little dated now, but it is very heavy metal, very swords and sandals, and I don't think that's really in their wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So, what have you found this week?
So, I have a tiny little thing that I wanted to cover for quite a while.
Oh,
Have
okay.
you heard of Swords the webcomic?
Yes,
It's
bizarre.
something that's
Yes.
been floating around for quite a while. It's vaguely kind of RPG themed comic that has been going for quite a
Hmm?
while by a guy called Matthew Willis. But he recently, this was June, I've got the free one here, but there's more to it. He created something with to do with he created a couple new swords for D&D because that's his whole thing, swords. And
Makes
funnily
sense.
enough, they're part of a set called the Chocolate set. So I haven't got the main version, which includes the chocolate stat block, but I do have these two. So we've got Wyvern's Tear. Yeah, it's just Wyvern's Tear. So we've got the Wyvern's Tear sword, which is an interesting little thing. But there is more to this on the paid version. I'm not going to go through it all, but we can go through the one thing. It's a cursed weapon, which is quite topical for
Yeah,
this week. It's standard 1d8
yeah, that's what I heard
slashing,
over the week.
£4. Wyvern's Curse activates on a critical hit. Roll a 1d6. Once 5 target is set on fire, or a 6, the wielder is set on fire. On a critical hit, Wyvern's Tear ignites one creature. That creature takes 1d10 fire damage at the start of each turn until an action is used to put it out. That's pretty cool. Kind of a basic cursed fire sword. But I just want to talk about I guess the whole thing surrounding Swords the webcomic in general, because it is actually really cool. Basically,
I'd probably look it up. Sounds
comics
cool.
involving swords. There is kind of an
Right,
overarching plot, and there's some important characters that appear in some of the arcs. Obviously, the most prominent being the Quest Sprout, which is some sort
right.
of like plant creature that likes to go on quests. Pretty basic, but pretty funny at the same time. But
That's
yeah,
that's that's cool. It's
he's also working on an
it's cool enough.
RPG as well. He's actually working on an actual
Oh,
RPG. I think he also did Questing Sprout as an actual like D&D homebrew, but I can't find it on here. But definitely go check out the comic. It's not exactly a tabletop thing in of itself, although they do of course the occasional homebrew thing with D&D. But
Jason, by
it
the sound.
it does have a lot of that kind of RPG humor to it, like that the humor type that has
Fair
sort
enough.
of surrounded D&D over the past however many years. Yeah, so yeah, I just thought it was cool, and I just wanted to be like, oi, this guy deserves some recognition because he's cool.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
So, on to our next section, our critical fumble of the week.
Yes, I've got a good one this week. Um, I found it out just today. Actually, I had another one,
Ooh.
but this seems more funny. So, I don't know the original poster of this, but there was something going around on Legal Advice Reddit. So, you know how there's been a lot of issues with censorship and PayPal fairly recently.
Yeah.
So, someone's anonymously put they've had an issue with PayPal lately. Someone uh, that I don't know if they're actually in favor of any of this. It's hard. I can't tell from this post. But basically, the issue was they are a lady, and they're into erotic stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like erotic books, and their PayPal account has been banned for buying smutty ebooks, and she's wondering, is this illegal?
I think I heard rumblings of this, but it's like that is so like dystopian that it's somehow funny.
Yeah, yes. I think the best bit about it is she details some of what some of the books are actually about, which I wouldn't have said that, but she did. Um, so the account got banned a couple of days ago for making purchases with violating the terms of service.
Right.
She's been told because of the ebooks she's been buying. Uh, she's panicking. She says it's mostly stuff about monsters and milking and some dubcon stuff.
Right.
So, way to expose yourself there.
It's fine. We don't
So,
judge, I don't think.
no, that's the thing. I don't judge, but also at the same time, don't advertise your stuff online like that.
Yeah.
Um, it's just silly. Now now people are gonna be allowed to think you're weird for it.
Hmm.
So yeah, um, that's not really her mess up for buying smutty books. It's PayPal for deciding that certain smutty books are verboten, which again, um, hopefully that they this backs off. I can't if this is still around in a year's time, it might. I don't know. We're going to be a bad state, but I hopefully in a year this will be a weird censorious time that we sort of got over.
Hmm.
I imagine once it hits everyone's porn, people are going to be so angry about it that they're going to have to retract some of this. This might be an early
Yeah.
victim. What you found this week?
So mine is kind of in a similar vein, and I guess it's not like me being upset with anyone, but so you know the new Panty Stocking anime season has come out. If you've ever heard of that anime,
Oh yes.
it got I think it's
Um,
under the making of Vizzy Pop or something now, and I'm just like, I'm not
oh,
like I'm just whelmed with it. I'm whelmed. This is a problem. It's like it's not bad. It's not great either, and it's just kind of just. I was looking forward to it for ages, and it was just when it showed up, I was like, okay, this is
how
fine.
much say did Vivzy Pop have in the making of it?
I don't know, and to be honest, I kind of don't care. It does have two femboys in it now. Apparently, Panty and Stocking have like twink brothers now, or whatever, which is a little
That's
weird.
that's fine. Uh, does it have the other Vivzy Pop staple of everyone swears every second word?
Oh, there is literally a song where I think it's something where they make a joke about Western like hip hop having lots of swearing in it because Panty literally sings a song where like she just repeats swear words.
That sounds like Vivzy Pop, all right. Yeah,
But the art
it can kind
style
of
is
be.
fine.
Oh,
I feel like it's lost a little bit of its original luster a little bit, but that could just be me being old man yells at clouds. But
perhaps.
I don't know.
Does it? That's a good point. I don't. How's the character design? Because one of the I've seen every time I've seen someone criticize Vivzy Pop's art style, they always bring up that everyone generally has the same similar body shape thing. Is that sort of present here, or is
Um,
some other team on it?
I think because they are trying to make another season of something that already exists, they are kind of locked into using that art style for the most part, the
Ah, okay.
character design, so they
That's
don't have. Yeah, and that anime always had pretty different looking people in it. To be fair,
fair enough. Fair enough. That's I'm gonna say she's from what I hear, she's not a very well liked person in the animation industry right now.
yeah.
Oh.
But I just
Well,
wanted to bring it up because I'm just like, when you're like you're disappointed, but you're not so disappointed that you're
yeah.
angry. You're just like, I almost wish it was either better or worse, so then it would be more interesting to talk about. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. I see it. So how do they change it? Remember, the original was absolutely bonkers. Just like didn't sit still for like a millisecond.
Um, I think from what I've seen so far, it's still kind of balls to the wall, but I feel like it's a little bit slower than it was.
There's no fair enough.
But
Okay.
it's yeah, it's just whelming. It's not. Maybe I just had
Just
my
overwhelming.
expectations set too high. Maybe sometimes you can be
Perhaps, and
overhyped.
there we go. Fair enough.
So, let's move
Cool.
on swiftly and efficiently to our homebrew of the week.
Yes. Back onto the cursed items again. I've chosen a
Yes.
different system this week because I've been restarting projects a lot lately. You don't know why I've been
Ah.
distracted. But I've decided to do something based on Ghost Archipelago because it's one of my favorite things. I'll come back to every few months. So I've got a couple of things. I got an item and I got a profile entry. Uh, so the first is the item nice and short. It's called the Berserk Bangle. This is what you might suspect. It's an ancient golden bangle made to resemble a sort of leering horned demon with exaggerated fangs and big wide eyes. Where it's claimed to hear voices from unseen figures and become filled with rage no matter who they're fighting. So in game,
Ooh.
it's pretty simple. Uh, it's one of those. It has additional +2 modifier to any fight rolls. So basically, fight does what you might think it would.
Mm-hmm.
You basically roll your d20 and got to beat the armor. It's almost DC, not D&D like almost. Um, Although it's pretty rare to get an armor above 14 in this. That's pretty unlikely.
Right.
It's one of the systems where you roll fight, and then any difference between the roll and the armor is damage dealt. I
Hmm.
suppose that's what the big difference is. But so it's
Mm-hmm.
a very elegant little system. I quite love it. And also get a nice -2 modified to their will stat. So that's usually resisting status effects for the most part. Uh,
Understandable.
if the figure with that uses the amulet, they have to choose to invoke it.
Right.
They use it and they get the +2 modifier for the rest of the game, as well as the penalty to their will. If, however, they survive the battle, the crew that has that particular model are still alive has to pay an additional 20 gold to restrain them from attacking their crewmates.
Oh.
If you can't afford to do that, the user has to roll an attack for the figure that used it against one of their it's randomly selected crewmen or specialists. So crewmen are your basic, are them for free deckhands.
Yep.
Your specialists, there's a lot of those, all the expansions, are basically the guys that are actually good. So it's great in battle, but the berserk effect carries on post game. So
Interesting.
it can kill people. Theoretically, it could kill someone outside a game, which there are other things that can do that. It's kind of a weird. I thought it'd be funny. Next one is I was using this one's using stuff from the book Gods of Fire. It's one of the early expansions for Ghost Archipelago.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the stuff about tribes in it, so I had a lot of fun with it. I randomly rolled a tribe because on the table of random traits is cursed as negative traits. So that'd be quite fun.
Interesting.
So I gave them I chose these one rather than roll them. So the negative traits are cursed and lack of leadership. Um, so call them the Agolgi tribe, sort of based the name off the mythological Agogi that the Spartans allegedly put their soldiers through. So they
Mm-hmm.
would be, absolute hard cases. Um, and they are a tribe of one of the weird traits of cursed in the tribal sense in this game is they count as undead rather than humans. It's a weird trait of that. Um, so I wrote that in as they are borderline undead and have a tendency towards cannibalism. So they're really fierce. So you have a +3 fight. So usually it's the crewman will be +2.
Mm.
The basic tribesman has a +3. Um, they're not really great at shooting because again, there's the whole berserk thing going for them. Also had a weird the way to the curse for them is when they reduce like another figure to 0 health, which is they must roll a will roll. It has to be a difficulty of 10 to not keep hacking at the dead body on its next activation.
Oh.
So it is kind of bad, but they're slightly better at getting that person dead. Also, their actual lack of leadership traits kind of difficult to work with because the negative traits are really quite bad in this. It's for tribes because what it means is normally if you're the sort of leader of a crew or tribe, or I think there's Dryken Kingdoms later on, but whatever group it is, they can activate up to 3 or 2 figures at a time to basically act on the same turn. But if you have a lack of leadership problem, you can only target 1 at a time.
Right. Makes sense.
So it's kind of you basically can move less units during the game.
Ah.
So it's really quite bad. But it fits the whole curse quite nicely while giving them like some edge, but some very punishing thematic ideas. I frankly just enjoyed writing a different system this time around, and I keep going back to these 2 books. It's funny. I never played a game of Ghost Archipelago in my life. I really want to, but I just think they're really good source material for DMs because they're just full of interesting ideas. Whoever wrote them is clearly a big fan of fantasy and Treasure Island style stuff, and they know their stuff. The rules are you've got really good fluff, really good like lore, and this is interesting, and really good random tables. Cannot state that enough. And the rules themselves are really straightforward. Like most of the book is actually just like this is just how the island kind of works. It's just a really nice balanced book. The expansions weigh in at like barely 100 pages. They're just that succinct and just like that's all you kind of need on top of the main book. But again, it's a really good example of just a really clean product that I would recommend. I've never paid more than 20 quid for any of these books individually.
Wow, that's incredibly
good. Yeah, I keep going back to them because they're just great source books, and the system's neat, really easy to understand, and just very, very fun. What have you come up this week?
So I have made something that you will probably find very familiar. It's called the Infernal Staff of the Ever Chicken.
Oh no!
So this is a riff on the famous Daedric staff, the Staff of the Ever Scamp from Oblivion. Because I was thinking to myself, what do I make as a cursed item? And I thought, wait a minute, I know one curse which is really annoying but really thematic. So it is a relic tier item, the first relic I've made, because it does make sense for it to be a relic, because thing is nigh indestructible. It's mostly a relic so that it can be basically indestructible. And it is a staff, so you can use it like a weapon staff. You get -4 to charisma while attuned to it, obviously. This item cannot be identified by the identify spell, and cannot be located by spells such as scrying, because it's a weird anomalous item. Once attuned, this item cannot be unattuned. It is immune to remove curse, and cannot be destroyed. It can only be unattuned from if it is returned to the holding stone from whence it came, or if it is given to a willing sentient creature, in which case the attunement and curse passes to them. In addition, the user cannot move more than 60 feet away from the staff. That's the one aspect.
No.
Yeah. While attuned to, it gets better. While attuned to, the staff will summon an abyssal chicken next to the attuned user. It will do so again if said abyssal chicken dies. An abyssal chicken summoned this way follows the attuned creature, but will only attack to defend itself.
You can't even use it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just there.
It's just there. It will, however, help itself to whatever food it pleases, and generally cause havoc and misfortune to the attuned creature. An abyssal chicken summoned this way leaves no remains when it dies and gives 0 XP. So unlike the actual staff of the Everscamp where you could abuse it for XP, you can't here.
Oh
Just
no.
being chased around by an abyssal chicken that wants to annoy you.
I thought one way this would have been the absolute worst was it if it functioned like the was it summon summon devil or summon demon spell,
Uh-huh. Oh, it's
which
just
we
like
discovered
aggressive
late,
to everybody.
which we discovered. Yeah, you summon a number of demons. It was a bit random. How many and what CR? But basically, you summon them. But when you're not in the protective summoning circle that the caster's in, they're hostile to everything.
Yeah, I didn't want to be that cruel, and I did think the idea would be exceedingly funny, just having this obnoxious
It's
ass
funny.
abyssal chicken following you around. But it
Can't
is
even
a
get rid of it. It comes
yeah,
back.
yeah. You have to figure out where it initially came from and put it back.
I have another burning question about this. What if you were hypothetically disarmed with this weapon while attuned to it, and it somehow fell into off a cliff, into a river, into the ocean, somewhere it's going to fall?
Oh, I haven't thought about that. I guess that would be up to DM's discretion as to whether or not you're pulled along and yoinked
Because
with
that
it.
could be exceedingly funny if you get out of its range of control.
It's like, I guess it probably would like yeet you along with it because that would be the nature of a weapon like that. Because this is a relic for the plane of the abyss, so it's an abyssal infernal thing rather than the other one. Uh, it's made of ebon wood. It's infused with
There
madness,
you go.
so it's literally like yeah, it's like got like AS madness energy in it because originally the actual like staff in Oblivion was a relic of Sheogorath, so I wanted to make sure it was like, yeah, this is some crazy person made this. Some crazy demon from the abyss made this.
Maybe some sort of fiend obsessed owl of some kind.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I would never make such a thing. Um, but I've put like the clucking alone will keep you up at night because this thing because it's like an abyssal creature. I don't think abyssal chickens need to sleep, so they were just like
Oh God.
in your ear like all night.
Wait, so would that mean you don't get a long rest?
I guess you'd have to like make a like check or save in order to actually try and sleep.
That seems fair.
Just, also, like walking around town with this thing, which is represented by the -4 to charisma. Yeah, I mean, if you ever seen what an abyssal chicken looks like, folks, you would know that anyone being followed around by an obnoxious abyssal chicken is not going to be popular in the city.
It's barely even a chicken.
Yeah,
Weird bit.
it does look like a walking, like, uncooked slab of KFC made by the Covenant of Halo or whatever. It's got the feet though. It has got chicken feet. Maybe that's where the term comes from. Oh, it's got like chicken legs,
I wonder
chicken
if they just
feet.
I wonder if they designed it and thought, what do we call this?
Yeah. What on earth is
I
this
have
thing?
no
I
idea.
guess it's an abyssal chicken. What? Well, it looks like a chicken. It's from the abyss, therefore it's an abyssal chicken. Okay. Whoa! Wait! Oh no, that's someone's homebrew. Wait. I saw this image and I was like, wait, they can fly.
Chickens can technically fly for very short distances.
Yeah. Wait. If I read tools, I guess that like thingy there, like on the top of them is like a thing. Oh yeah, they can fly. Oh, they actually can fly. Oh, they just shit at it. I guess like those like bits at the top are like its wings. So it really is like a chicken of the abyss. On earth. Oh, they apparently taste like fatty chicken.
Oh, that's why they're called Bissell chickens.
I mean, doesn't everything taste like chicken?
Yeah, at this point we don't know what chicken actually tastes like.
That's a good
Everything
point.
tastes a bit.
That's a very good point. Anyway, yes, that's a new staff that I've made. The staff of the Ever Chicken. Enjoy putting it in your games. Maybe it's a quest. Maybe you have a quest surrounding it. That would be good. Yeah, maybe you have
No,
to
your
like
good
get
quest
it.
for it is some 5-year-old found it, and it's just this just annoying.
It's like your
We
5-year-old
will
gives
not
you a
part with this
gift.
staff.
just just gives you this gift. Oh no! Well, now you have to find some schmuck willing to take the staff off of you, or go and put it back where it belongs initially. There
Make
you
it the
go.
reward for low-level quest.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the village you've been given it because they don't know what it does.
yeah, yeah. And then you attune to it, and it's like, oh no, the effect has begun. Oh,
Well, how are
there's a
they to know? They
chicken.
didn't tune to it.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like it's just this weird magic
Mm,
thing. I'm not a fighter. I don't need this sort of thing.
yeah.
Man. So that's that. Save, yes. I'll post that in the chat later. And moving swiftly on.
Yep.
Um, do we have any cool musical theatrical stuff that we've been looking at lately? Maybe a funny film that we've been watching that's relevant of late? We haven't.
It's got some updates.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so I've been doing some stuff. So I bought something I've been meaning to get on eBay for a while. Just a minute's been in my mind lately, which I consider like the bet like sad case of like the word like a really bad downgrade. Even though the newer model is technically more detailed.
Right.
Um, from Lord of the Rings range, I forget if it's 2005 or 2006. But the miniature for Radagast the Brown is one of the other wizards
Oh,
in Lord of the Rings. There's like
yeah.
6 of them. Yes, so I bought the old one because he looks super cool. Um, I'll get an image of both of them for reference. Just the old miniature is really nice. The pose isn't amazing, but he looks proper dignified. He's got a cool staff. He's got a cool raven. Just has a proper like old school D&D wizard or druid look about him, which is
Hmm.
appropriate. He's like the nature wizard. That's kind of his thing. Um, just fight. Oh God, when your browser decides, oh, you want Yahoo for everything, and then you're stuck with it, having to go
Yeah.
back onto right by the bump. Right, yes. So this is the original. That's the one I bought an unpainted one of this because it's very nice.
Oh.
It's got a cool weirdo staff, and so it just has a sort of dignified old look to him, which I thought is very cool and appropriate because he's meant to be what thousands of years old.
Yeah.
And there's the one uh, many years later made to capture the one from the movies, which
Huh?
I'm not a fan of that reimagining. I'll be honest. The miniature's fine, but I think it just looks worse to me because I know the original.
Yeah. Yeah. Radagast in the movie was a bit more goofy, more like played for
Yeah, he
laughs.
knows something. Yeah, like in the books, he's never a funny character. He's kind of like Gandalf, but more humble. He
Hmm.
just knows his niche and is like he's just a wise old wizard who's really has affinity for animals. Kind of a cool sort of side character, never overwritten. I like that. Uh, Hobbit version is it looks like like old hippies that just do way too much weed.
Yeah. I was gonna say he looks like a hobo.
That works too, and that doesn't. To me, that doesn't
Radagast,
really.
the
I don't know.
hobo wizard. It's like, okay.
The third age has been hard on Radagast.
They took my hut away. Now I have to travel via. I was going to say the rails, but railways don't exist. Now I have to travel by eagle everywhere. Isn't that an upgrade? No.
And
I.
Darkwood travels by rabbit chariot for some
Oh
reason.
yeah, the rabbit chariot. That was very
Man can
weird.
literally commune with all animals in nature. Chooses rabbits to pull his chariot.
Yeah, yeah. That's a weird one.
It's an odd choice. Also, one weird thing about the older miniature that I always found really funny. Um, he's one of the miniatures that has access to a horse, but I
Yeah,
don't think I've ever seen a version of him on a horse in miniature form.
that's that's really weird. That's
Obviously,
strange.
Yeah, like Greenwood Wormtongue as well as another one who can get access to a horse, but there's no existing miniature with that's dedicated to him having a horse.
Hmm.
Just because it's a weird oversight they wrote in and never really took advantage of.
Yeah.
So that's been fun. There was something I found myself listening to late last night because after I'd like fallen to sleep, just out of just tired. And, I was just tired from the event. Uh, I really dumb story. Um, I have been technically been gifted a by gifted a gifted a beer by Mitchell, and it
Ah.
turns out it was just outside my house on a wall. Someone literally left it and lost it.
Oh no.
It's a wall beer. So it was unopened, so it's fine. So basically, I had this wall beer. It was really nice, probably because it was free. And I just sat there, listened to like I've never heard this in like years, but the original Minecraft soundtrack where it's all just algo piano music.
Oh, C418. Yeah. Do
That's the one.
do
Yeah,
do do. The
yeah.
occasional like
I just
cave
listened to that drinking a
sound.
beer.
So,
Yes, I listened to that drinking a beer. And it was like, you know what? This is nice. I don't have to do anything right now. So, yeah, it was
oh.
that was great. Um, and that is that and the Atlantis 2 soundtrack. I was listening to the island music again because
Hmm.
that's just really nice. I think did I link it? I think I did the first time I mentioned it.
Ah.
There's a couple of basically for some reason the island soundtrack in that game is really really nice.
Hmm.
I feel like all that art is quite nice in that game, but I feel like most of the effort went into the island levels.
Yeah.
And it's just weird. It's very, I'd say it's new age, but without that weird like pretension about it. It's just good ambience.
Hmm. Yeah. I like a good bit of ambience. It's like the. I was going to talk about
Yeah,
the I think Fallout 3's ambience. Because I think Fallout 4's ambience was like not all there. It was a bit more peaceful, whereas Fallout 3's
no, I get
ambience
that.
feels more dystopian.
It does feel. I think the filter helps. As
Yeah,
I haven't played it in years, but I remember there was this weird green filter over everything in Fallout 3.
yeah, everything was like,
It was very depressing.
yeah, like you're walking through a constant haze.
Yes. Um, although I think it really did work. And what was is it? Was it not point? Was it point? No, it wasn't point lookup. What's the DLC where the strange mansion you're dealing with tribals the whole time?
That's Point Lookout, I think.
Point lookout. Yeah, I remember it worked there because it was a nice green swampy area, and it was like okay, no,
Yeah,
that
and the
actually might have
weird,
paid
not
off.
quite ghoul, not quite undead, but very weird
Yeah,
locals.
the crazy, the pretty rich ghoul who's just living in a manor and saying these tribals are, they keep trying to kill me.
Yeah,
Remember that?
the blinking rednecks.
Yeah, I quite like that. Fallout 3 did have some great DLC.
Yeah, the pit was also like really that was like Soylent Green levels of fucked. because there was just like kind of like the mystery meat was like basically people or something. It's like you guys are eating people. So, oh no.
There's the you have to go. You have to the end of point lookup where you have to go through the weird tribal ritual,
Hmm.
and it just subtly mentions that you recognise this bit of brain from somewhere.
Yes. Wait a minute.
I think it was unavoidable as well. That you, even if you like chose that the ghoul wasn't a complete dickbag, you still have to you have to get a bit of a lobotomy. And I think on it, that's the what the first of like two times in the Fallout games where a DLC makes you get a lobotomy.
Yeah, what is the lobotomy agenda of the Fallout series? Why are we all so pro lobotomy, man?
Fallout's lobotomies. Um, oh yeah, there's a thought. Another thing we're doing is that last Sunday we did a little short house do, and
Nice.
I don't know if how much she's into it, but or if she's or not. But I sent over a link to the uh, Northern Journey soundtrack to Nia, and the hope she might like it.
Ah, nice.
Because I figured, or at least like someone playing through it,
Hmm.
because I figured it'd be something she'd be kind of into. It's just
Hmm.
because it's kind of interesting. Um, yeah. And you been finding anything new or weird or interesting lately?
So I was digging through my stuff lately, and I remembered that my Nighthaunt collection, and I was like, I should really turn this into a
Ooh.
proper army at some point. So I've been looking into, I think it's
Yeah.
Lady Oleander, the Mortarch of Grief, because
Oh, another one.
I've got a White Prince, but he's like an older miniature, and it's like I'd like a secondary character. I was like, oh, the Lady Oleander isn't too big. I mean, I guess one of the version of
She's also
models
very
is
spooky looking.
yeah. So she's not like massive, which is nice because you can go with either the older version or the modern version, which is like really. But they basically do the same thing, and it's just I want
Yeah.
something to field on the table that's like there we go. That's like the actual leader because the White King or White Prince. He doesn't really stand out as a leader. He stands more out like as an elite unit more so than anything else. More
Oh,
like
which
a
one's that? I'm thinking of the Warhammer Fantasy one. It's just a different skeleton.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was that one because he's a holdover from fantasy. They just
Oh,
kept
it's
him
just
in the
thing is,
rules and
I
changed him
actually
to the
really like that
Nighthaunt.
model. If you're going to play a skeleton list, because he
Yes,
can just summon more skeletons. He's hilarious.
skeletons. Yeah, I think they changed it so that he summons like the chain rafts or the other like lesser units, basically. So he's still
Yeah,
annoying, and I guess he's kind of like a lord type leader, but he just doesn't feel leaderish because a
he
lot of
doesn't.
the, it's
I
particularly
don't think.
because
Yeah,
he's an older model. Like he's near enough the same size as the chain rasps and some of the other Nighthaunt stuff. It's just like my
I don't.
units are
Yeah,
bigger than me.
I think the weird thing about that model is I remember an old issue of White Dwarf, which I still got the copy somewhere. Uh, they did. They released that model in that magazine, or for that
Yeah.
around the month of that magazine. They did like basically like a contest between the new models, basically at 1-on-1, what generally wins in magic items not accounted for, but yeah,
Hmm.
what wins out. And I want to say that was about 2010, something
Hmm.
like that. It's quite an old model. I've always
Yeah.
thought it's a nice model, but it's definitely got that secondary officer energy about it.
Yeah. So I'm like thinking, what do I do for the main big leader of that group if I want to expand upon it? But I'm like, I want something relatively big but not massive. And because probably with a lot of the Night Haunts, because of the ghostly raggediness of them, they've got
Everything's
so many
floating.
little like wispy bits that would break off so easily. It's like, ugh.
Yep, everything's floating all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Like these got like Lady Ollander doesn't even have a tactical rock. She doesn't
Brewscast
even
allow
have a
that. I don't.
tactical rock. She is held
Doesn't seem
up
right.
by a single piece of her like dress. I'll show you the image. This is what she looks like miniature wise. Look at how like I would
Oh,
almost
I hate it.
want a
Oh,
tactical rock. I almost want a tactical rock to give her a little bit more stability.
it would stand out, but it would weirdly work. Do you remember the old flying bases that had like
Yeah,
the see-through?
the big old stick.
That would a big version of that would be perfect. Just put it up, put it
Yeah,
like under the dress and have it see-through. Yeah, look, it's a bit obvious, but if you're gonna have the model float, support it right.
yeah. It's like what is happening here? What is happening?
It's a
This was
very
the
cool.
old version of Lady Ollander for reference, who gets a tactical skull at least.
It's even taller now. She's floating twice as high off the base. That's a banshee.
Yeah, but I guess like yeah, I think they used basically she's a unique version of the Banshee in the old rules, I believe.
Okay.
But it's still just like yeah, at least this isn't hovering, her entire body height off the ground,
If
suspended
that
in
one
the air
falls
by
over,
only a
it
piece
doesn't
of
have
her
far
thing.
to fall,
Yeah.
like the other one. Okay, this is definitely a conspiracy theory, but do you think they're doing this because if the models break, you have to buy more models?
Yeah. Here's an example. This is by Paige Vo. This was somebody's idea of doing a modification of them, and they've given them a tactical rock. See, this is the right idea. For once, this is one
They
of the
figured out
few
that
situations where a
okay.
tactical rock is actually helpful when the
It
alternative
looks like
is
they've got an
worse.
actual rock from outside too, which I quite
Yeah,
appreciate.
yeah. Just like,
She could be standing on the tactical rock.
yeah.
That would solve a lot of the problem.
It's just like,
Yeah, hey,
looks
if
cool.
they wanted to go full like detail with it, they could have gone whole like Banshee and have her be like almost, well, not kneeling because she has no legs, but appearing to be kneeling. Put like fake water on the base as part of the base.
Yeah,
Really lean into that image because then it's supported and has got all the detail that Going to Workshop was obsessed with.
yeah. Like, yeah. Like the other characters aren't much better. You've got this guy on his horse, which is like what is even happening here? Oh, he's also floating. Oh, that's
Yeah,
bloody low. What is it with the characters
it's
in
nice,
this
nice
in
little
this
one.
in this army and floating suspended only by random object or part of clothing? This guy's like using a statue to keep himself off the ground. And horses don't
They're all
even
playing the floor
naturally.
is lava.
Yeah, it's like. Mm,
Yeah, this is why I'm looking for non-Games Workshop brand at this point because the
yeah.
assembly is so much of a pain in the bum for these models now.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one. Oh, this guy's just being a
Yay!
dick. This guy could be on the ground. He just chooses not to be. This
And
is
the
the
floor is
Craven
lava.
King.
Oh, come on.
Like, oh yeah, I'm
That,
gonna be
that
on a
guy's looking for an
floating
excuse.
throne platform. Like, bro, just put it on the floor. What are you gonna be extra?
Or make the thing supporting the throne like wider so it's
Yeah.
stable. It could be possible.
What the
Like a
fuck?
good point, a good example is
What is
carry on. Sorry, I'll find
what
an
is what
image
is
of this thing.
this? Is this one of their? Is this one of their casters? What?
I'm gonna find an image of a model that actually does this kind of right.
Hmm.
Uh, not quite. God, where is he? Pretty cool model though. There's a Lizardman model. That's another one that does this. He has a set of tactical stairs that I really like.
Tactical stairs.
Yeah,
I
this is
love
the
it.
guy. Yeah, yeah, tactical stairs. But oh my God, really, really. Again, perfectly good bone column. If you just reinforce the base of it, that will not fall over.
Mm.
Just, well, I mean, something like this. This
Yeah,
is a really cool tactical rock. He's standing on some stairs, and they're stable.
that
It can be done.
works. Yeah. Okay, this is at least something. This ironically does the opposite thing. So this actually figures out the assignment. This is. I think this. What is this? This is Lord Vitriolic. And
Oh,
this one actually solves the issue of most Nighthaunt stuff. He has like a tactical spell
oh,
going on, which makes him more stable than most Nighthaunt. This is how you
okay,
do
yeah, that does it.
things. That actually makes sense. Use their spell as like a stability thing.
That's actually a cool miniature as well. Uh, I'd say there is the perfect amount of extra detail on that one.
Yeah. Because the other issue that Nighthaunt stuff has a lot of problems with, because they're ghosty thingies, is that their models are like really, really light. So they will, and because of, again, they've got weird center of gravity, they will just topple for no reason. So another really important reason to have extra support bits on your miniature. Please, please, Warhammer Games
If you
Workshop,
muscle the model
please.
float, support the miniatures; it won't fall over.
Yeah, like I feel like
Think about this.
Nighthorn,
It costs
on the
money.
whole, is the worst offender for this because everything is flying and floating. I get that they are ghostly
Yes.
apparitions, but as a miniature, while they look cool, it doesn't make structural sense. Please remember that this is a miniatures game, and the miniatures actually need to be able to stand upright. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Do you know, with that? You know what this is getting me thinking we should do?
Go on.
We could do a some sort of stream where we just do like everyone's do a tier list video of models with tactical rocks and rate them on how annoying they are.
Tactical rock tier list. Oh, that would be
Yes,
amazing. I would do
I-
that.
I've got time. I've got time enough a couple of weeks. The job contract ends fairly soon.
Nice. Yeah, I'd be up for that.
So that'd be quite funny.
We go through
You can
all
ask
of
if
like,
anyone wants to send some in. Anyone can find some
yeah,
really. It doesn't matter what range either. If you find just some really egregious tactical rocks, just send them in. We'll have a right. We'll
yeah.
have a laugh
We
about
will
it.
we will also accept tactical floating as well if it's like the night haunt type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, we'll can that as well.
Just obnoxiously unbalanced miniatures.
It's fine though. It's poorly balanced miniatures you can find. It'd be really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, on that toppling
On that
bombshell,
unbalanced note,
I feel like it's time to end the stream. So I forgot to open up my Twitch actually. We have been streaming, but I forgot to open up my creator dashboard
we're just
this
over an hour.
whole time. Yeah, I think we've been going for an hour and 3 minutes, so
Go
not
to
too
the
bad.
wheel.
Yes, spin that
God forbid,
wheel.
get the wheel. There we are. Let's see if we can find it all because the wheel is asking consent. That's fun. Must be the Online Safety Act.
You must prove you're over the age of 18 to spin a wheel. It's considered gambling.
In the wheel. Yeah. You know, I could break the law tomorrow by gambling in a library. It's an old British law. I don't think it'll take off the books. Oh, I don't know much about this. This will be fun. Spelljammer is the theme for next homebrew.
Ah, yeah. Make some weird spell
Also,
jammery nonsense.
the wheel's looking a bit thin now for options. So
We'll have
any
to,
notes would be
yeah.
great. Well, I'll submit some. Anyone listening or watching, you got any cool suggestions? Basically, make it just in about 2 or 3 words. Just like a theme that would be interesting to homebrew in a tabletop system. We're not strictly D&D. It's often D&D, but we don't always.
Yeah. So,
Any closing thoughts?
closing thoughts. I had, you know what? I had some ice cream yesterday, so I ordered from GoPuff for the first time. It's not sponsored, by the way, but I had like this like £15 off thing, and they were also running a promotion on Ben and Jerry's, so I had some free Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and I think I might have found a new favorite flavor. It's called Marshmallows and S'more. So it's like chocolate. It's got like a whipped top, which is nice, like a vanilla whipped top.
Oh,
It's chocolate ice cream with chocolate cookie dough pieces and a marshmallow swirl. It is so good. Like I used to love fish food when when I used to go to the fish food and also cookie dough because I used to go to. Do you remember back when there were like video game rental stores?
yes.
Yeah,
I do.
my nan used to take me to one of those, and my sister one of those when we were over for a few days, and so we'd rent a couple games. I think I rented like one of
Yeah.
the Donald Duck ones, and I think it might have been Final Fantasy X. And we both
Right.
got a tub of ice cream. So I would always go with fish food, and my sister would always go with cookie dough. And
Right.
but yeah, I think I might have found a new favorite beyond the fish food one because just chocolate ice cream, chocolate cookie dough, whipped top, very good. If you see it in the wild, folks, grab some. It's so good. And on that note, do you have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, just one. You mentioned Final Fantasy X era, so maybe about 2002.
Yes.
I'm just imagining like a branded Ben and Jerry's Final Fantasy X themed ice cream. It's just got a really awkward still of Titus, like very poorly, uh, like sort of stretched across it, like the width of it.
Yeah. Uh.
But that was all. It just made me giggle.
Okay, so we're gonna raid Ghosting By quite apt because we were talking about Nighthawk for like 30 minutes.
Hey,
I hope Ghosting By isn't sat on a tactical rock or sat on a tactical strand of clothing.
you find yourself sat on a tactical rock. Get a
Yeah.
flying base for yourself.
Yeah. Anyway, there's the raid message. Get in the raid bus. And I will see you guys sooner rather than
Bloody.
later. We'll see you guys next week, I guess.
The next week.
Play them out, keyboard pug.
I'm surprised no one's done a follow up to that.
Yeah, I guess the initial keyboard cat is like passed on, I think. That's partly why.
Son of Keyboard Cat.
Son of keyboard cat. Yeah, I guess the initial keyboard cat is like. A quick drink before we finish up.